Hi, this is Anne-Marie here, and I wanted to share a little bit about something that has been a big part of my life actually, and just prompted over the last few days by some experiences that I've had. And I just picked out a little card. I've got a little bowl of angel cards, and the card that came up was risk. You can quite see it. And it just kind of really got me thinking about this topic, which is really quite raw and current for me at the moment, about really expressing my truth and not holding back and being able to do it in such a way that I don't then feel guilty, or I could have done it that way, I should have done it that way. What will they think of me? Um, and it's been something that I've been working on for many years, when I started to actually see how I'd been censoring actually many things in my life. And it started to sort of really present itself after my divorce. I was married for 18 years, and when I came out of my marriage, I was furious, and it was like the dam had broken, because all of the repressed feelings and emotions that I'd had in that relationship just came, just coming out of me like I was like a mad woman. And I needed to allow this stuff to come out. It probably wasn't done in the most appropriate way at the time, because I didn't have the tools or the awareness of what or how to even do that, because I was never taught that. I didn't understand what that was. And coming from a background of being the shy one, the quiet one, the good girl, don't rock the boat, don't get too big for your boots, all that kind of stuff. And in my family, and I think many families of my generation, feelings were just brushed under the carpet. They just were not ever given an opportunity to be expressed and spoken about and accepted. So I had a lot of mixed messages about that, and it's just, it's really damaging to our souls when we aren't able to really be honest and authentic. So it's taken me a long time and a lot of deep soul searching and getting out of my comfort zone again and again and again. And I just feel it's a really important topic to talk about, and to take a risk in doing that, in showing vulnerability and authenticity, and just being really real. But I think it's so healing, and it's so beautiful actually to witness other people in their honesty and taking a risk. And I know for me, it's something I'm still learning to do, but I have come a long way. And it's, as I say, it's just so damaging when we suppress everything and we put a lid on it. And it can come out either way, it can come out in the suppression, and then it's all kind of bottled up like it was in me, and it becomes toxic became toxic to my body, as well as my mind, as all parts of me. And so, yeah, over many years, learning to able to watch the feelings and emotions, give them a voice, connect to what I was feeling, because it was such a painful thing to feel, because I hadn't felt properly, really. And then finding an equilibrium with that, so I wouldn't sort of just vomit it all out in the wrong way, or in ways that weren't appropriate. But obviously for other people, it can come out the other way. It's just always angry and violent and jibing and criticism. It can come out in a myriad of ways. But either way, it's not a barrel of laughs, whichever way it manifests. And of course, what I've also found is it's so crucial and important to have a safe container to be able to express yourself. And that, again, has taken me a long time to trust that, and to find people who could hold that for me, not fix me, not criticize me, not damn me or ridicule me or whatever. So I could learn very, very gently and tentatively, very just baby steps, to start to open up and be this vulnerable mess full of snot and tears and rage and everything in between. And now, working with clients as I do, it is such an honor to be able to sit with them, or friends, as well, to be able to just witness that and not make them wrong or right, or have the solution even, but just to be able to let that come out is a beautiful gift for both parties, actually. So yeah, this taking a risk in speaking up, I just really wanted to bring it to the surface and to see what would come out. I didn't have a plan of where I was going to go with this recording at all, but I was just prompted to do it. And this recording is over an Easter weekend, so I'm finding the energy of this weekend incredibly healing and powerful, and it's definitely churning some stuff up and bringing some stuff up to the surface to be brought to the light and to be healed, which is obviously very symbolic of the crucifixion and the resurrection, the metaphor, for death. But from the death comes new life and truth. And of course, whether you're a Christian or not, whether you believe in Jesus or not, I've learned to fall in love with Jesus, actually. And that is quite a bold statement for me, because I'm not religious. I never wanted a religion, and I still don't want a religion, but I embrace all faiths or no faith. As a multi-faith minister, it's something I've learned and embraced. And I realised over the last few days, with some stuff that's come up for me around this expressing myself and then feeling guilty afterwards. At the time, the expression felt totally natural and in tune and my truth, and guided. So I'm learning to trust that more and more. But then the ego really isn't happy when we do that. It can come and slam you back down and just, bring in that guilt, which is what I've experienced recently. And it's really come up with a vengeance over the last few days. And to be able to share that with people has been invaluable. And to voice it like I'm doing now, to not feel ashamed, not feel guilty, and to know actually there's a bigger picture going on here, that I believe is from the original wounds that we're all carrying, the original separation from God, from source, from the divine. And again, you don't need to be religious to believe in that. We've all came from it, this infinite intelligence, this quantum field. We've all come from it. But when we separated from it, there was a massive guilt that then proceeded, which 99% of us are totally unaware of. It's subconscious by its very nature. And the ego will then create hundreds and thousands of smoke screens and masks to keep us from the truth. But the more we do this work and the more we heal and forgive, we get closer and closer to our source, to the light, to who we really are, which is what the awakening is all about. And of course, then the ego sits down and it just thinks, right, got to get her another way. What's going to get her this time? And so thankfully I'm aware of the ego now. I can see what it's doing and I can have perspective. I can step back and be the observer. But nonetheless, it doesn't mean it still isn't something that I feel, but I can work through now and I have tools to do that. And so much so this last few days, it's even been a physical pain in my back. I felt this like literally like a stabbing. It feels like an ancient wound where I felt stabbed in the back, and I can feel this physical pain. Because there's a cleansing, I can feel a cleansing that's been going on for me the last few days, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And so this wound, this stab in the back is just like, it's ancient, it's an old thing I'm carrying, so it's great, it's coming up to the surface. But I'm feeling a strength now in the connection I have with Jesus, and with Spirit, because I believe that Jesus, because he knew who he was completely, he had that strength and he was able to walk through his life teaching it with a surety. And I believe that's why, so many people then wanted somehow to emulate that or preach it or teach it. But it's available to every one of us, that love and that connection from Jesus, whether you believe in him or not, or his Spirit, or any ascended masters, or the way showers. I have such awe for these way showers who have gone before us and shone the light without apology. And I feel that's what's happening for so many of us on this awakening journey. And so for me, this is just an opportunity to just say, I'm here to be heard, and I'm here to be seen, and I want that love to come through me, to be expressed through me in whatever way I'm guided. One of those ways has been through writing, and I just about finished writing my book now, and I've seen how I've distracted and I've put off the final completion of it, because deep down there's this sense of inadequacy. Why are you writing a book? Who the hell do you think you are? And I want to expose that. I don't want to live in fear. I don't want to hide anymore. I don't want to do that. I'm tired. I want to shine my light. I want to speak the love and the messages that want to come through me. And I do it because we all wake up together. And this is what is coming through from me to you, to say, take a risk. Speak up. Don't apologize. Don't censor your beauty and your gifts. We're breaking through this veil of illusion, this ego, as I say, this smoke screen. We're breaking through it. So let's do it for each other. Let's not play small or hide and be ashamed of our feelings and our emotions anymore. Let's not do that. Let's not ridicule anybody for that. Let's not shame anybody. Let's just be done with it. So join me in stepping forward, in taking a risk, And in so doing, we are healing this for everybody. And please don't shame other people or ridicule other people for their truth. If you're triggered by somebody, you do the work on your trigger. Don't you point a finger at somebody else. It's yours to own. Take responsibility and do the work. Forgive yourself and forgive another, because holding on is just toxic and it cripples us and the other person. So there I am, taking the risk to be vulnerable and to express my heart. And yes, it does take courage, I'll grant you that. But my God, the freedom that comes. Is just beautiful and divine. And so we unite in that. If you're watching this, we unite together in speaking, in showing up. And yes, we may lose people along the way because some people can't deal with the light. But let's not dim it just because of that. No more. Let's not do that. And so I'm just, from my heart to your heart, take a risk. Be bold, be brave. Do it in love. Only in love. Not to prove anything. So yeah, that's the powerful message that's just come through this weekend for me. And we're healing the wound together. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being a witness to me. And the message of Easter, the message of the Christ, which is every single one of us. We're stepping forward into that power. And it's not arrogant. It's just the truth. Thank you for listening. Lots of love.